principal investigator, along with Michael Krause, and I think Martin Schachter will be one of the investigators. There'll be a few investigators, and so Anne is here, and we have Kurt Locke over here. Kurt will be working on the recruitment part of things, and he'll be out there.
He's the one that was down in the basement of Vancouver General Hospital.
He'll be recruiting for us. So I think you know, I mean, questions on NAOMI, these are the guys who know the answers for those ones. So thanks.
So amazing creative writing, amazing experiences. The NPA group. Are there questions about the experience, about the NAOMI project? Yes, over here.
I think that I'm most interested in looking at and talking about the exit strategy. And I think that it's really cruel that you were hung out to dry. That's how I felt. You were just hung out to dry. But also having Hep C myself, they hang out to dry. I know that from people who've tried Hep C treatment, they get hung out too. If this was run properly and at the end you could see prescription heroin, would you see it as in methadone where you have carries? Or would you, I can't imagine going somewhere 3 times a day to do something. I would quit. But a carry for heroin so that you go fill your script once a week, I understand that's what they do in England, so that's why I wonder.
Well, I'm going to talk to you, especially, I don't know exactly how it works everywhere, but one of the most progressive ones right now is the Swiss. In Switzerland, you go in the morning for your shot, and and they try to integrate you back into society, help you with job retraining and finding a job. When you do find a job, or you do find job retraining, and it's outside of the area, they have a pill, a heroin pill, which is something that Salome is looking at to be part of the study. It would be an oral form of heroin, and you would pick up your heroin pill in the morning, and you go off to work, so you would be able to work in society. And I believe the last figure I was reading it was quite high. It was something around 40% of the people who were involved in treatment were actually out in society, either working, job retraining, or back working.
I read in some of the British models that you actually have a weak supply.
Yes, that's right.
I don't know if that's still
yeah.
or not.
Well, in Britain, I think they have injectable. There's some programs with injectable methadone, injectable heroin, injectable morphine, and it's supplied in little vials, little glass vials that they take home with them. Yeah, I don't know if that would be what would work out here, but we could look at all different options. What we advocate for is treatment options. Like like you walk into a doctor today and say, "Doc, I'm a heroin addict. What can you do for me?" What can he do for you? He can give you methadone. You know, and so what we're saying is we got to have more like tools in the toolbox, and and we have those tools. It's there. It's just how we implement them. It's going to be tricky. I'm not going to say it's going to work perfect, and it's not going to be for everybody. That's the whole thing. You know, people look at, oh, we're going to give away heroin to everybody. That's not what we're going to do. That's not what the goal is. The goal is to reach out to the people that are the treatments that we have today aren't working for. You know, that treatment that we have today isn't working for, which is methadone.
A thing that came out in the study, people will say, well, they want more heroin, more heroin. Over 50% of the people that were in NAOMI cut off at about half the amount they could get.
That's true.
Now that shows that they won't just, heroin addicts just don't want more and more. When they were at a stable level, that they cut themselves off, and that was over 50%.
Could you guys tell us what, I don't know if this is appropriate, but what were your doses? What were the doses?
I heard of that a little bit, though, because we didn't really know in numbers like what the dose was. We knew in numbers like we get 290 units. You know, the drug was handed to us in a syringe. It was already loaded with a clear liquid. It had a barcode on it, and they scanned the barcode and then handed it to us to make sure we were getting the right dose. The limit was 1,000 units through the day, and like Diane was saying, there was very few people who went up to 1,000. There was few people that went up to 1,000. Most of the people, I think over half, decided about halfway that was enough, and they didn't ask for any more. Because you would go into the doctor every week and he'd say, do you need any more? Do you need any more? And you know, at the beginning, it was, oh yeah, doc, give me more, give me more. But eventually, I think that most of the people stopped at below half. And I think that was in the New England Journal of Medicine when they did their report.
Sorry, my question's coming from ignorance, but two parts of it. One, I'm wondering, what does it mean when it is saying that the methadone doesn't work for some people and call it liquid handcuffs? What's happening in that not working for something? And my other question is, I don't understand why there is such a big thing about giving heroin, why so many other substances are preferred over heroin, and I don't understand.
And that's just policy. Somebody up there making decisions that affect us, the most marginalized, and the people who are needing it. And methadone doesn't work for some people, and the liquid handcuffs is because the pharmacies, it's crooked. It's so crooked nowadays, the methadone program, that they don't want to give us like carries so we can go to work every day. We have to go pick it up every single day at the drugstore. And the reason for that is because the drugstores get paid every day for dispensing it. And also because then they dispense your Tylenol and your vitamins, and for each one of those they get paid for dispensing fee every day. And that's like probably $5,000 a month if somebody's got 6 PERS. And they do not want to give that up. Our BC APOM, which is BC People on Methadone group, we're trying to change the methadone program. It's a hard goal. The pharmacies are not letting go. They don't want it, and bupropion and Suboxone have been available here since 2010, and that's a substitute for methadone. And nobody, not even the doctors, have told people that it's available. It's a lot easier on your body. It's a lot easier to get off. And you can get carries because you can't overdose on it or nothing. And the money's not there for the drug. So they are not prescribing it to anybody. They're not. Bupropion. Suboxone.
It's an active drug. Buprenorphine and Narcan, which is an anti-drug thing. So it's 2 in 1, so that you can't abuse it, like so you can inject it. What it is it'll reverse the effects of it if you try to inject it. So it's to prevent people from injecting. It's been available. Pharmacare started to pay for it in November 2010. It only can be prescribed by methadone doctors, and it's for people that fail at methadone. It costs about twice as much as methadone, but there's a huge saving in the fact that the pharmacist, they can write prescriptions for up to 30 days, so you can take it home with you, because you can't divert it. It's not a drug that can be diverted for, like the thing with methadone is diversion, but the pharmacists are fighting hard against it. One prescription for methadone means to a pharmacist $6,000 a year. So if you
$18 a day per person.
Yeah, so if you start multiplying, it's $6,000 a year.
And that's just for the methadone. That's not including the other pills that he's dispensing that day to that.
When you start multiplying, 100, 200 clients, you're looking at $1 million. And they don't want to give that up. And then the other one is the College of Physicians and Surgeons don't want to give it up too, because they'll only get to see the client once a month for buprenorphine, for Suboxone. And they probably wouldn't even have to see him once a month if they were doing well, and if there was any kind of counseling involved. So they would lose their gravy train on under 4 or 6 visits a month if they're allowed for a methadone patient. Now, I think we're up against what we like to call is the methadone industry, which it has become, and I think that we're getting close to having to really have a serious look at that. And I think that we have to come to really expose this to the public and see if they really think